So I have some books for older readers as well. Now, I agree with you 100%. My 5th, 6th grade, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, they love being read to. It is their favorite. I had a long discussion about banned books this week with with every grade, but really good in-depth discussion with my older grades, 5th and 6th graders. And there were a couple where I was like, oh no, we don't have enough time if we're gonna check out books to be able to read Where the Wild Things Are. They were devastated. They love being read to. And I think they're getting the vibe that they know when they get up into the middle school, junior high, they're not going to get read to the same way. So make sure you read to your big kids at home. They love it too. Mm-hmm. Okay, so as far as getting a little bit older kids to read, I love looking for books that are in verse. Verse is an awesome, non-intimidating way to get some of those reluctant readers to pick up a book out of the actual fiction section. So a really popular one that I would recommend is The One and Only Ivan. That's one a lot of people have read. Really, really good. It's a great one. I love it. It's written in verse. It's a great one for reluctant readers. This is another one. It's called Love That Dog, a novel. It's actually a series of very short, little, almost like poems, and written chronologically, almost, and dated, and it tells the story of a dog. And you guys will love it. I don't want to say anything more about it, but it's a really good one. I would definitely recommend that. Another one, have you heard of this one?
No.
Okay, good. That makes me feel good because, so Kwame Alexander, I believe I'm saying that right, he just recently had a graphic novel, I think it's today that it was released, of this book, the graphic novel, which we'll talk about also for reluctant readers. But this is another one that is beautifully written in verse. There is the crossover, there's Rebound, and then there's a third one that's coming out. I feel like it's one that's really good as far as getting diverse books out there, ones that will get, the boys see the basketball guy on the cover and they're like, oh, okay, maybe that's one I can pick up, and then they see, oh, not that many words, but when you write in verse, you pick your words so carefully. And I feel like that's one of the things that really gets reluctant readers in there. Not a bunch of extra words that you feel like you're putting in there to fill up. When you read something in verse, every word matters. So those were some of my picks for verse.
So you would say that verse is really good because there's sparser words on the page.
Absolutely.
Which is huge. And then also because the words mean something.
Yes.
There's not a lot of filler. It just means something.
It means something. They are very carefully selected, just like poetry. You pick the exact right word to get across exactly what you need to get across. And I feel like that's something that matters to those readers that are not so much into maybe a little more flowery, long, verbose language. So graphic novels. I love graphic novels. This will come as a surprise to no one. And I know... Come back here. I love graphic novels. I joke with the kids when I was moving things around when I got here, trying to find the best place for things to go. Graphic novels section was kind of down low and in the corner and on these low bookshelves. And I was like, there's not enough space there. There's certainly not enough space to do forward facing, which I feel like is super important for kids. I can't even tell you how many books I'll be like, oh, really quick, let me put some forward facing. I put some kind of random ones out there just because I'm doing it fast in the 5 minutes I have between classes, and they all come up with this random Bermuda Triangle book I just put forward. I don't know. They love it. They see it forward facing. It makes a huge difference. So I moved it around, and some kids were like, wait, the graphic novels, where are they? Because it was kind of behind where I sat when I talked to them. And I was like, oh, I don't like graphic novels. I got rid of them. The kids were I was like, just kidding. I love them. I tried to make as much space as possible for them. So I really believe in graphic novels, and I believe in graphic novels as a literary art in and of themselves. Not necessarily, as I will talk about, as a transition or crossover to real novels. There are real novels. See, edit that out. I don't believe that. I don't know why that came out. I believe in graphic novels as their own literary art form, not just as one to transition kids to full-length traditional novels. They are an art form and a literary experience in and of themselves. However, I have, since many teachers and parents are concerned about graphic novels, I have examples of ones that can kind of transition some kids. Okay, so we all know fabulous graphic novels. There's Dogman. I love Dogman. It's one of my favorites. Another really popular one would be Sisters, Smile, the new one, Guts, just came out. These are really popular. Baby Mouse is a really popular one. Short, sweet, beautiful graphic novel. Bad Guys is another one. Another shorter one, I would compare it a lot to Baby Mouse, but with some supposed bad guys that are trying to be good guys. These are really fun. Have you read these? There's a bunch of them. This is 7. I'm pretty sure we're at 9. And these are really popular here. We only have one of each one, and they're always on hold. So, Bad Guys, that's a really good one. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. But some ones that I picked, there's the new Guts, you guys. I ordered 3 of them. People, everyone, boys, girls, everyone, all alike, they're gonna freak out when they see this on the shelf. I'm just gonna surprise them. Some of the other ones I'm like, oh, this one's coming. They don't even know this one's coming. I'm so excited. Okay, so here are 2 that I pulled out. So Mr. Wolf's Class, okay? So this is the second one, I believe. This is the second one, Lucky Stars. So the first one was one that was on our state's recommendation award list for graphic novels. It's cute. It's got just enough, cute characters for the a little bit younger end, but enough going on to hook those older readers too. So I think there are 3 out right now. This is a really great one. This is another one for a little bit younger range getting into graphic novels. It's got lots of bright, beautiful, glossy pictures. It's got lots of words, and it has a lot about different animals. So I love this one. This is another one that is brand new in our library. And then there are 2 other ones that I don't have because they're so popular. But one is called New Kid, and that is about, he is a graphic novel, a comic artist. He wants to go to art school, but his parents instead send him from his kind of less affluent neighborhood of Washington Square to a affluent private school, and kind of that not fitting in with the kids here, but not feeling like you fit in with the kids here. It's really good, and it's also a good diverse book. I really like that one. Another one that I cannot keep on my shelf, the second a kid brings it back, another kid grabs it just from how it looks. It's one of those books that you may not know about. It's called Fake Blood, and it's new. It came out, I believe it came out in 2019, and it's about a boy. It's like a first crush sort of thing. I think they're in 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade, so perfect for those older, the 6th graders. And about a boy who falls for he finds out she's a vampire hunter. And so he, in some kooky attempt to get her attention, pretends that he's a vampire. And then he learns about this whole underground. It's so fun, really funny, cute illustrations. It's a really good one. I also love a new book coming out called Apocalypse Taco. It's by Nathan Hale. Mm-hmm. Nathan Hale, who did the Hazardous Tales, and he did Calamity Jack and Rapunzel's Revenge. So good. They are these really, your kids would love them, really off-the-wall, kooky, taco monsters, and kind of this band of kids that has this alternate dimension. It kind of has a Stranger Things feel without being nearly as scary, but still just scary enough. Really sparse coloring and pictures, and I love that one too.